You're good. All right, so we're from Metro Early College High School. One of the big things that we focus on are habits of mind, mainly because we want to develop character in our students, to make sure that we deliver content in engaging and meaningful ways. We want to prepare students for the next steps, and then, of course, after that, the rest of their lives. Now, I'm James Matthews. I teach high school at this one-to-one STEM school, but I am a really, really traditional math teacher, like really traditional. That doesn't mean that I hate technology. It's not like I don't want to do technology. In fact, I have a master's in integrating technology in the classroom. It's just that when I was in school, what I learned was that if you're really going to integrate technology, you have to do that in the planning phase. You have to do that as part of the curriculum. You have to do that and infuse it in there if you want better products. What I kept seeing is that there was a bunch of content with technology sprinkled on top. And so when I saw that, I'm like, well, that takes time. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if I really want to put the time in to just sprinkle technology, so I did. Enter CRO, or I should say I entered CRO last year over the summer. And right away I started getting access to tools and resources and all those things that I've heard about, but I had actual time to actually practice it and work with it. There were people around who were doing it who had ideas. There were people who were helping us with it. We had people who were thought leaders in the industry coming in talking to us, right? All these things like, oh, I can get out of school and experience this, and I get paid for it. It was all exciting and everything, but then back in March, Alan November came in, and he talked about, a lot of stuff. But one of the things that he said was this idea of messy questions. And I know that's not the most techy thing, but when he said that, it struck a chord with me because I sat back and I thought about our projects, the projects that I give, and I would get, like these fantastic rubrics, and everybody have everything listed, everything down, and I'd give it to them, and I would get maybe 75% submissions first off, so not everybody did it. And other submissions that I got, maybe 1 or 2 were good, 1 or 2 were really, really bad. And many of them were just like barely there. So I'm like, well, if I'm doing that, doing all this extra work, and he's talking about this idea of a messy question, I mean, try it, why not? So I walked into class, and I walked up to the students, I was like, I need you to calculate the height of 3 buildings. I have to step back. No lie, there was a period of 30 seconds of complete and utter silence. They looked at me, and all at once, they all started shooting out questions, and above it all, I heard that. I don't know if you guys hear this, but what? So I sat there, and they started asking me questions. After a while, they realized that I was only answering yes or no questions, and I wasn't answering all of them. So they caught on after a while. One of the questions was, can we work with other people? I was like, yeah, absolutely. So they got up, they grouped themselves, they started working and talking. I was walking around listening. It was amazing. Like, all of a sudden, they were talking about, we learned about this, and how do we need some help? All around that, they were talking about everything, and it was fantastic. Sat back, got more submissions, still had a few more that were great, a couple that weren't, but overall, they were more or less better. Try this again. Walked in about a week and a half later, I was like, hey, I had this rectangular prism, like a little aquarium filled with water. Had another little cylindrical one filled with water, and I was like, I need you to recalculate. I need an estimate for the cost of recreating this. And I need a cost for recreating this. And again, I stepped back. Like 5 or 6 people started asking me questions, and then other people were like, she's not going to answer. Can we work together? I was like, yeah. So they got up and started working together. As I was walking around, they were talking about volume, of course, and that was the goal. But they also started talking about the containers. Started talking about water. Some people were assuming water was free. I'm like, no. There's bottled water. There are gallons of water. They started looking up water departments in the area. Like, these are the rates. I just sat back and listened. They even got into some serious discussions about the actual glass container of the aquarium. It's like, is that glass or is that hard plastic? It's glass? Oh, yeah. Well, is it tempered glass? Because it's tempered plastic. So they had all these arguments and discussions about that. When they actually did the presentations on them, look, some of the numbers were just crazy. Some were really low, some were really high, but people were arguing and defending themselves. So I was sitting back, okay, that's not bad. So I said, let's keep it going. So I just, a couple weeks later, walked in. So at Metro, we don't have a gym. So our thing is the dodgeball pit. Dodgeball. We love dodgeball there. We played inside, we played outside. Now inside though, we have a little rough neck balls, I can't remember. But they leave marks on the walls sometimes, so our principal doesn't like that. So I'm like, you know what? I need a dodgeball pit. And he looked at me like I was crazy, of course, and I was like, I got a couple of constraints. One, it has to be portable. One, it has to be easily stored. And it has to be less than $200, so I won't be able to get into one. this time, they didn't even ask. They were like, can we work in groups? Got up. It was interesting. They did all this research. They found all these different things, thought of different ways of building it. Some people, by default, you had the fire service area. By default, you had an area. When they did that, like, man, that's tiny. It's smaller than this. So they stressed that. So without me saying anything, they automatically use technology. Like, I didn't have to tell them anything. I didn't even give them a rubric. They automatically use it. So in education, when I got my education, I learned the theory. When I came to the CRO, I got the application. So between the two, what happened was it changed my perspective on things a little bit. So if I'm talking about the thing that I learned the most, it's not necessarily about the tools, it's about my perspective. So over the summer, everybody, you all can work over the summer, don't say it now. At some point, you're going to do some work. When I start mine, it's going to be with a different perspective. So that's what I'm thinking.
You got all sorts of things. You gonna leave them hanging?
Well, yeah. In the interest of time, there are some other items as well, right? So. Oh, sorry.
Cool.
Thanks, James. So the two things that were kind of on my heart that I want to share about today was I really been thinking about this idea of how do we actually get things done in real life? And the way that we do that is we picture the end goal that we want, and then we ask how we're going to get there. And I feel like we don't do that in education, and we rob our kids of practice in real life skills that they're really going to need. And then the other thing was man, how do we engage these kids when it's I don't know about you guys, but I've seen some students' phones that I've confiscated, and they just sit there on your desk the whole period. It's notification. And I had one that was you have 212 new notifications at the end of the day. And I was just what? So how do we actually engage our kids? Hit me. So, and you can actually play this video here, James. So one of the things that I like to do is, James and I were kind of the same way. It's we're not super tech integrative savvy on our own per se, but the idea here was that I just want to ask, how can I use technology to make things more interesting? So one of the things I did in calculus was the students had to start with a piece of paper that was 10 inches by 10 inches by 10 inches, and they had to decide how far in to cut to optimize the volume of that prism. And their grade depended on how much water I could pour into it. And we had a scale there, you can see at the very end. We measured out every single student, how many grams of water they could hold. So that was kind of a cool thing. Go ahead. I also did the geometry thing. Fascinating. Kids were shocked that water's not free. That's all I wanted to say. James covered that one pretty well. So real quick, we've been working on an iBook in my calculus class that I told the kids I really want to publish. And so I just want to show you guys an example. So this is actually our cover. That was actually taken by a student with his iPhone, one of our bushes. On the side of the school there, but yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys some of the stuff that the kids make for these iBooks is incredible. This was one of my freshmen. He did the section on applications and how to derive trigonometric functions, and it's these you can import or embed videos and stuff.
So the derivative of sine of x.
So it's kind of hard to hear him here, but yeah, he just opened up Desmos and just went with it. So that was really cool.
Well, it's decreasing.
All right, bye-bye, Henry. Yeah, so, and the last thing I wanted to say was, I don't know about how it's gone for you guys, but we have had some really good staff buy-in, actually, at our building. So let me pull this up here. We were sitting there one day, we blocked out our PD presentation time on our Monday staff meeting, and James and I were looking at it on Friday. We were oh man, what are we gonna do? We just learned 20 new things from the weekend, from Al in November. What are we gonna do? And what we did was we just took, this might be really good for you guys too actually, is we just took half an hour. All we get at our meetings is half an hour, and we just had our staff look at some of the ideas and stuff. And so this is the feedback. We actually still haven't even gotten to go through it yet, but we gave them a lot of the resources and asked them, this was really cool.
like, would you actually be interested in using this? And I told them, like, you really won't offend me if you say no. If you look right here, like, this is the on the fence, not sure, right? This is the middle response. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then this was like the 1, 2, 3, no thanks. So, like, we've got a lot of people that are willing to try new things, you know. They just need some support from us. So that was really encouraging to see, like, all their feedback. So that's that. Did you want to wrap this up, James? You're going to let me do it?
Yeah, so, like, at Metro, we really focus on developing character with our students. Like, we're not just all about academics. And, you know, in light of what I was just saying about, like, what's our end goal and then how are we going to get there, like, these are kind of the things that are on our heart for what we want to do with our kids. And we're just excited for the next year. We really want to engage ourselves and get our staff excited about some of this cool new technology. So, yeah, that's Metro.